Hey everybody, welcome to the first iMovie overview and project number 1 tutorial. I'm Mr. Gilman, and so after watching this, we're going to talk a little bit about iMovie in general and then about project number 1. And if you have any questions while you're doing this, just write them down, bring them to class, or you can send me a message on Canvas, you can send me an email, or you can write a question in the comments on YouTube below this video. So let's get started. Let's turn off my music. And let's open up iMovie. And if you haven't already, you can start a new event. And I'm going to start a new movie by going to File, New Movie, and choosing No Theme. And I'm going to name this iMovie Tutorial 1. And the first thing you see is this Import Media button. So here I'm going to click this, and it's going to bring up a screen, and my iPhone is already plugged in, so it brings that up. And it's also, you could bring in some video from the FaceTime camera. You can navigate to folders or to an external hard drive and import video that way. But for right now, we're going to look at taking video off of the phone. Here are some clips that I shot the past couple days for this tutorial, and I've already kind of looked through them. But this is nice because you can kind of just skim through your clips here, see which ones you like. You can also, if you click into a clip and just hit the space bar, you can watch them and see which ones that you want to import. This is a huge time saver, and also it'll save your hard drive space. You won't import stuff that you don't need for your project. Also, if you notice, like, this version of iMovie 10 is a little bit different. As I'm scrubbing across this video, it's not making any sound. You can't hear the audio skimming. You can turn that back on if you like it. It's under View, Audio Skimming, and then you could hear little clips of the audio. I don't like it, so I have it turned off. So I know which ones I want here. I want this clip. Let's just look through and make sure this is the one. 3 guys go through. And then there's a clip of Jay Wilder and Connor Kelly doing some tricks for a Main Home and Design photo shoot. And I can't remember which one I took of these. We'll grab that one. If we command click, it will keep the first one selected and that one as well. Let's see. What else do we have here? Here's a little Sunday River sign that I saw. We can use as an establishing shot to show where we are. Again, and we're talking about this in reference to project number 1. And project number 1, if you haven't gone through the modules yet, we're going to talk about B-roll. And when you're shooting B-roll or your kind of extra video footage, you want to try to get 10-second shots at least. 10 seconds of steady footage every time you turn the camera off and on. And as you can see from a lot of the times on mine here, they're even longer than that. Sometimes because I moved or whatever, but you want to try to get 10 seconds of good solid footage. You can see on that one I've taken in 9.3, so it's not a rule that can't be broken, but for the most part you want to get 10-second clips. And for project number 1, you're going to put 10 of them in a row on a timeline, no music, no transitions, no titles, just 5 of the best seconds of those 10-second clips, one right after another on your timeline. So I've got 3 selected. We'll grab this one from DeCoco's, the shot of the farm. I might be able to pull something from this shot of the pig. Then I went in and got some chickens. I think it was this one and this one, and a couple shots of some horses. And there really wasn't that much going on campus, but you guys will do better than me. And here's one last one. And so now that I've got all my clips highlighted, I'm going to click Import Selected, and this will take a little while to import. So I'll probably just stop the video and start it back up once they're imported. Okay, so all the clips have imported. They're all in here. They're in our library. And Now this is our library. This is our content library that has transitions, titles, backgrounds. You can get to sound effects and songs. And this is your timeline right here. So for this assignment, we're going to be dragging 5-second clips into the timeline. So here's how you can click and drag clips. Just click into the clip anywhere and hit spacebar to play it. All right, so I kind of wanted that first guy, and we'll get him from like right there. And I want all of them in there, even though it's only supposed to be a 5-second clip. This one will go a little bit longer, and that's fine if you do. This one, let's see. We'll get it right before. I think this one is J. I think right before he jumps, we'll drag. Get him right there and drag it down to the timeline. And you can see we've already gone beyond what we can, our visibility. We can scroll over this way to see what else is there, but also this little bar right here, we can zoom in and zoom out on the timeline. So let's zoom out on the timeline so we can see what we're doing. Also right here you can see there's a few other controls. You can make the clips bigger if you want, or smaller. I like them small. And you can click the audio waveforms off or on. Okay. And right there you see you can mess with the audio. You can raise and lower the volume. Keep it at 100% for now. So we have 2 clips. Let's grab another one. Another thing you can do to grab clips is just click into the clip and hit spacebar, and you can use the I button and the O button as your in and out. So I want to see some skiers zipping through there in the background. We'll wait till I stop moving. Right there, there. So I just hit I to set this in point, and I hit O to set the out point. And now it's not quite long enough, I don't think. It doesn't look like it's only 4 seconds. Oh, and I got to get beyond that place where I was moving. We'll go right there. So you see it's 5 seconds. Drag that one down. And next, and here we go. This is at DeCoco's. Another establishing shot. Make that even smaller. We'll go down to the farm, and I remember there was like a rooster crowing at the very beginning, so I want to keep that in there. I don't think I get 5 seconds of this pig, but he's kind of funny, so let's see how much we can get. Moving the camera. So I want to get beyond my camera moves once I get a little bit steady. Not sure I'm going to get 5 seconds out of that one. And here's some chickens. Again, I'm just drawing kind of frames around the part of the clip that I want to bring down. And now there was a close-up of these chickens, and I remember right at the end one popped right up in front of the camera here. Right there. So we'll grab 5 seconds of that. And then there were some horses rolling around. It looked kind of weird, so got that. Sorry, him right there. Drag a little bit more than 5 seconds there. Let's see what else we have. Then one of the horses kind of walked up to me, took a drink of water. I made kind of a funny sound. And then later on, we're going to talk about titles and title sequences and things like that. And in there, I talk about negative space or blank space within your shots. This is a good example right now of, I did this shot of the field house looking over the mountains. There's a lot of negative space or empty space in the sky there where I could put a title. So we'll just try to grab this. I wasn't very stationary, so see if we can get 5 seconds that looks sort of steady. And drag it down. And now let's take a look at what we have. It looks like I'm just under a minute, so that's about where your project should be for this one. If you hit the slash key right above enter, it will bring your playhead all the way back to the beginning and start playing it. Straight cuts, no transitions. Yep. On that one, you could hear my tripod, my monopod setting down. Listen when the clip starts. Right there. So on this one here, we'll adjust the, and you could kind of see it move too, just a little bit, like a little ripple in the video. So we're going to double click on this to bring up the, I think the clip trimmer. And right here, we'll just trim the clip just a little bit. And maybe close it there. But now we're underneath 5 seconds, so I'll stretch it out over here too. See if you get this little icon here with the line in between the two arrows. That's going to allow you to stretch out your clip on the timeline, and it will move everything else into place. You don't have to worry about it rolling into this clip or rolling into the one behind it either. And the same thing if you go this way. It rolls everything backwards, so just undo. And let's see if that sounds any better going into that. Yeah, you can sort of still hear the rooster. That wasn't exactly 5 seconds. If you see a glitch like that, it's usually just your computer. You can bring it back and hit space again. So you did it again. Bring it back so we can see what the transition looks like, or the cut. And on that one, this doesn't really matter, but I kind of like seeing him take the drink first so you know why he's making that noise. Right there. We'll shorten it up on the other end. See what that looks like. And there's our final shot. So later on when you get into the music edit and things, you can see that down here is where your soundtrack is going to go. You can open up iTunes and find your songs here. Drag a song into this line. and put it back at the start. Bring the volume of it down a little bit. You don't want it to be too loud so you can hear the ambient noise in the video. And I don't know how much music and sound effects this microphone's picking up, but now you can see the music with you see how much music adds. But for this, like I said, no music. You're not going to get any extra points. I actually kind of want to see this in its raw form so we can really just focus on the B-roll, focus on getting the B-roll good, and just getting these opening steps going. So now we want to export. We're going to share our file, this button up here. Click Share and File. And here's a little bit of housekeeping in terms of how I want you to manage your files. Here you select what size. You can see this is going to be 154 megs. You can make it smaller. This is 1080p. I'm going to keep it at its full resolution because we're going to upload these things to YouTube, and that will compress it a little bit and make it stream quicker, so you don't have to worry about that large file size. So then just click Next. And this is going to, choosing File is going to give you the opportunity to choose where you save it. Let's go like this so you can see where I started. So start in your your root directory and choose Movies, and within there I want you to make a folder. You can call it whatever you want, video production class. You can make different folders for every project if you want. Here I've made a folder for tutorial number 1, and here's a little trick too. When you upload things to YouTube, YouTube remembers the file name that you upload and uses it for search. So you can put all kinds of keywords and search terms in the title, and when you upload it, once you upload to YouTube, you can change the title. No one will ever see it, but all those little keywords are hidden in the title, and that will help for search so people can find your video if they're looking for something. So we're going to try to think of some words that people might look up on YouTube. iMovie tutorial, iMovie tour, overview, iPhone. Put 5S in there. B-roll, edit, tips. Just words that you think someone might type into a search engine or into YouTube. And YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So that will help you out. So we're going to save. And while that exports, we'll take a break, and I'll come back once it's done exporting, and we'll show you how to upload to YouTube. Okay, so the video finished exporting, and I realized that I named that all wrong. I was thinking that I was exporting the tutorial that I'm recording right now, but I'm not. I'm exporting my project, so it's like your project. So I could have titled it with things like B-roll, Sunday River, farm animals, whatever. So just ignore what I was talking about for that still works. Keyword search still works in the file name, but I was naming it improperly. So now it's exported. We can get out of iMovie, and now we're going to upload to YouTube. So if you look in your movie folder, here's my poorly named video, and it's in the folder where I exported it to. And we can just take this folder. Oops, I've got a mouse here. I don't know why I'm using the trackpad. And so go to YouTube. You can log into YouTube with your Gould address. If you haven't already, you might have to put in a cell phone to verify the account, to make sure that they're making sure you're a real person. If you have any trouble with that, let me know. And so we're going to click to upload. Now you can just drag and drop that file right in here. And you'll see it preserved that title here, but we're going to remove it. But this will still, this title will work when I upload the tutorial, but for this video, it's a video production assignment number 1, B-roll practice. And so I want you guys to name, be smart about the way you name your files and your movies, your videos on YouTube, because that's what's going to help people find them. The keywords in and the file name is going to help, but also the real title that you use and the description that you use. And then you can add tags right down here too. So try to think of words that people would be searching for. Again, video production, assignment 1, B-roll practice. Here's my first assignment for video production. Something just basic like that. And you see here, you can make it public, you can make it unlisted, private. I encourage you to make it public because we want to see how many hits we can get, and there is the ongoing contest to see what video can get the most hits of the year. So I'd encourage you to keep that public, and this is going to take a little while to process. But as you can see here, you can add some tags too. So we'll put video production, and we'll put iMovie. We'll put iPhone 5. We could put farm, animals, whatever you want to put in there that you think is going to get people to your video. But you don't want to promise something that you're not delivering, so try to keep that honest. And now you can click publish, and it's still going to take a while. Oh, looks like it's live. So now you go to your page. You can share any of these URLs. Here's my video. Not really done processing yet, so you can't see the full resolution. But we already watched this. So what you're going to do is go down to this button right here, share. Command C, we're going to copy that, and that's what you're going to turn in on Canvas. So that is how you import video, export video, drag clips to a timeline, upload to YouTube. If you have any questions, you can put them down here in the comment section below, or you can write them down, bring them to class with you, whatever you think. So hope you enjoy this project, and now we'll get started.